Welcome to Masterpiece Tarot. Here you'll find timeless messages to guide your soul's awakening. If you're here, trust. You are meant to be. You can support my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. These help support my mission of creating more peace on Earth. All right, collective, welcome in. I'm going to go ahead and get a general message from Spirit. For the collective, Spirit, thank you for using me as a channel to bring through these messages for the highest good of the collective. Alrighty, what type of message, Spirit? Please and thank you. This is a free message, open message. Open message. We'll just see what wants to come out. What kind of message today, Spirit? What would you like to share with the collective? We'll have to see if this is going to be about work, if this is going to be about love, family, partnerships, your counterpart. Let's see here. The High Priestess. Okay, this is about your intuitive gifts, your intuition. This is what it is that you're seeing and feeling through the third eye at this time, what you're picking up on. It could be synchronicities, it could be hidden knowledge that you are delving into at this time, collective. What else? Where's the opportunity here? Ah, yeah, seeing through illusions. Using your intuition to understand what's true. What is the truth? These could be spiritual truths. Okay, so there's a real opportunity here to identify some important spiritual truths. This could be like spiritual texts. This could be, ancient practices, things from your particular lineage, if you know what your lineage is. And this is also about discerning between energies, right? Because it's often said that, some of what's in this cup is desirable and other things are not. And so this is kind of like you're going to be using your intuition, or you are using your intuition at this time to determine, to understand what is in each of those cups. What's the challenge here, Spirit? 10 of Swords. Well, if you're delving into, let's say you come from a particular background, and, maybe in your community, most of the people practice a certain religion or adhere to a certain belief system even. There's a sense that if you are delving into knowledge, information, systems of thinking that are lesser known within your community, sometimes people fear what they don't understand. And so if you're one of these people, like a lot of High Priestess type folks are, who's very curious, open-minded, and you're exploring things simply because that's what you want to do, you feel guided to do that, sometimes there's a sense that there's a certain sense that, there's fear that people might judge you harshly, and not only that, they might actually, do or say things that hurt you. People might, call you a witch or ostracize you, or, it's that group think. And like seeing these 10 swords, it's like 10 swords, it's like all the same opinion in a way. It's like, it's like throughout history, a lot of times we know that people who spoke the truth were often condemned. Like Galileo was condemned, for challenging the norms of the time. What's the action here? What's the action? Sit in your power. You decide for yourself what you need to do. If you feel called to delve into some of these historical texts or to explore a culturally different practice or belief, or even travel, okay, experience new things, things that may be hidden from you because of your own cultural background, could be esoteric knowledge. Use your sword and stand up for what you believe, what is in alignment for you. Okay, cut off anything that would stop you from following your calling, your soul's calling and your soul's longing. If you're called to learn about something and it's not hurting anybody, then there's probably a reason for that, regardless of what anybody else thinks about it, right? Clarify the High Priestess. Whoa, way too many there. Clarify the High Priestess. The Magician. Wow, that's kind of a counterpart. A Queen of Swords again. And the Devil. Oh, wow. Okay. Alrighty. This is pretty cool. So the High Priestess. We've got a Magician, a Queen of Swords, and the Devil. So in a way here, collective, whether you're male or female, okay, masculine or feminine, the High Priestess is a feminine aspect of the Magician. So this is card number 1, and the High Priestess is card number 2. Okay, masculine, feminine, counterpart energies. So it looks like as you embark on this journey that you're on, you're going to be either partnering up with somebody who, is a counterpart energy to you, who shares an interest, or you yourself will be embodying both of these in a pretty balanced way here. They're side by side. You're going to be exploring eternal truths. You're going to be not only manifesting, okay, you're going to be not only manifesting, deeper knowledge, but you're going to be absorbing and alchemizing deeper knowledge. You're going to be using it to inform your life. Here with the Queen of Swords, you're going to do this by sitting in that Queen of Swords energy, which we talked about over here. Okay. And, deciding for yourself what you want to keep, what needs to go, what belief systems you want to adhere to, which ones need transmuting, which ones are going to get cut off. Okay. It looks like to be in this powerful energy, there may be a need for you, collective, to look at any ways in which devil energy, so, unhealthy attachments, any unhealthy substance use, unhealthy relationships, workplaces, anything that brings your energy down, okay, anything that makes you feel less free, okay, less able to live in your truth, anything that lowers your vibration, you're going to be looking at. Because as you jettison or drop that dead weight, these powers are going to become more and more powerful, right? This manifestation and intuitive energy that you're going to be using to bring big changes, not only into yourself but into your life, are going to be amplified. Alrighty, clarify this Seven of Cups here. We've got an Ace of Wands, an Ace of Cups, and the World. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be bringing your attention to bear on new interests, and you might be doing it with a new love. This might be part of, we have two aces here, so these could be two individuals. This could be a high priestess and a magician, for example. You might be bringing your energies to bear here, maybe together even. Maybe there's something that you're passionately interested in, or that you have a strong interest or desire for, something that you love, you know. Maybe this act of creation, maybe the opportunity here is to manifest a passionate new start and a cup of love, working with the divine, working with the energies and the elements to bring something desirable, truly desirable, right? So discerning what it is that is truly desirable here, picking the right cup, choosing the correct path, all right? What is it truly in alignment? And doing this brings achievement. It's going to bring you to a whole new level. It's going to allow you to really level up here. You're going to be completing an old cycle where maybe there were a lot of options, and you're going to be embarking on something new, perhaps with yourself or with another, where you're going to be oriented toward the spiritual, I would say, magical, psychological. You're using your mind and your connection, okay, to the higher realms to manifest new, but also not only to bring it forth, but then to integrate it into your life in some way. So this could be about purpose too. This could really be a time when you are collective discovering more about your purpose, discovering a new aspect of your purpose, perhaps considering for the very first time, what is my purpose? What's this Ten of Swords? We've got a Hermit, Page of Wands. When these two cards come out together, I always find it interesting, right? So there's a sense that, yeah, the challenge here is the judgment of others. Not everybody's going to understand your path, especially if it's, the road less traveled, so to speak, right? A path in life that not everyone takes, or that not everyone's even aware of. Many people won't understand, maybe, what it is that you're choosing to do right now, what it is that you're doing, or, what it is that you will be choosing to do in the future. And so it's almost like there's a knowing here, okay? The Hermit understands that as this inner truth, this inner knowing becomes more crystallized within or solidified within, as it becomes more of a guiding light for one's own life, as one begins to follow their North Star, instead of just kind of living through like a conditioned, programmed reality, they understand that there will be people who are going to be feeling sad about it. You yourself, collective, if you're just starting on to this new path, where maybe you're leaving the matrix, so to speak, or embarking on a more authentic path, a more unique path, an awakened path, you yourself might be having to leave some stuff behind. And of course, there could be sadness with that. That could also be challenging. And if you're at the beginning of this journey and you are just realizing that, you have ambitions that would take you out of this programmed, automatic, doing what I'm told, following the herd, following the rules, regardless of where the truth lies. You may be looking at what actions you need to take, and there might be a feeling of fear even attached with taking these steps forward. Knowing that you're going to have haters, knowing that the higher you rise, the more resistance you're going to face, because the more light you embody, and the more that challenges people's inner stuff, darkness, demons, whatever you want to call it, okay? A bright light, you can't hide from that bright light. You can't hide from yourself in the bright light of day, right? And then we have a Queen of Swords here. This is the action to take. We kind of talked about it, but tell us a little bit more about it. Okay, yeah. You're going to be taking action. You're going to need to, you will be, or maybe you are currently, or you have in the past. But the action to take is get yourself unstuck. You know, being in this energy of 8 of Swords is kind of it's a feeling of being imprisoned. But oftentimes we feel imprisoned because we are choosing to feel imprisoned. We don't necessarily need to feel that way. If we look beyond the shore, beyond where it is that we stand, we can see that there's an opportunity to expand. You can expand your consciousness. You can expand in the 3D. You know, there are infinite number of ways that you can look forward in a way that doesn't leave you feeling this way. You can restructure your thoughts about yourself and the work you're doing right now, even if you're unhappy with it. You know, there's a sense of envisioning what it is that you would like to see in your life. But not only that, also acting on it, investing in that vision. So the Queen of Swords sits there with her sword and makes sure that she's clearing the path so that you can move through this process of freeing yourself, envisioning better for yourself, and then taking steps toward and investing in, okay, that new direction, which in this reading, the new direction is, like we said, a spiritual, psychological, and, you know, even emotional shifts. It's like recreating your entire reality, almost in a way, with the Magician and the Queen of, and the High Priestess. You're lightening the load. And so this cutting off the devil, or this kind of figurative, like lightening your load, making room. You could also put this here, because in some ways, like, this is somebody feeling bound to the devil. The devil is some kind of external entity in that image. But here, the problem is more internal. You know, it's up to this person to take those that binding off. But in both, there's a choice, and that choice lies, the power to make that choice here is with the Queen of Swords. And so this is about manifesting delving in to what it is that makes you feel passionate, what it is that you love, how it is that you want to level up. You know, choosing what's right for you, choosing your new beginning. It doesn't just land in your lap. You're going to go out and choose it, right? But I love this reading because not only are you choosing, you're manifesting. You're manifesting with the Magician and the High Priestess working in harmony together, right? Yeah, you're manifesting. manifesting. Yeah, you really are. So this is the free and open message for today. This is kind of a neat energy here, because a lot of you watching tarot readings are already kind of in this kind of oriented mindset of manifestation and walking a unique path in life. I think you'll find this, I find this reading really, really cool. Really nice energy here. Hope you do too. So let's get last couple messages here. Okay, we've got an 8 of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the High Priestess again. Yeah. Fast movement. You might be manifesting very quickly at this time. You might be looking very carefully, okay, with the High Priestess energy. You might be looking closely at examining, I guess is the word I want to say, examining closely what it is that you will be manifesting and would like to manifest. But I see the High Priestess looking at this 8 of Wands, kind of over the shoulder of the Page of Swords. So there's a sense that you're examining something, but you're looking at it coming in really fast here. Okay? It's on its way. Or if it's already here, it's picking up pace right now. And we'll get a couple of messages here. Oh boy, that's way too many cards right there. That one wanted to stay. Reassess. You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what bring you joy and who and what don't. It's time for some life cleanup. Very much what we're saying with the 2 Queen of Swords that are out here. We have 2 Queen of Swords and 2 High Priestesses. So, reassessing. Grounding. You are being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. Yeah. Very much about the Magician, right? Connecting with the elements to manifest. Bravery. You are being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. But you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. So it's very much about those choices. Manifesting new. Choosing the right cup for you. Right? Okay, deciding what it is that you want to create. Deciding what it is that you love, who it is that you want to love, how you want to love. Okay? It does take bravery to move through that process consciously. Okay, collective, those are messages. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.